Hi friends, I'm Michael from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to tap on guitar for beginners. Let me play this first pattern for you. So this is part one to a series of tapping videos for beginners to advanced players, which I'll upload weekly. And as a bonus, at the end of this video, I'll show you how to read the tab for tapping. Now this is one of the easiest patterns to do if you've never done tapping before, and the best place to start. Before you do it, make sure you know how to do some simple hammer-ons. Now don't be put off, this looks harder than what it is. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, heaps of songs and lessons to come. If you're having any problems with this exercise, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. So let's make a start. Now this pattern will be done in the key of E minor. I've got a bit of gain and delay on the guitar, and put your selection switch up to your neck pickup there. You can also do this on a clean sound and on an acoustic guitar. You just have to hit a bit harder. So let's have a look at our left hand placement. So for this exercise, we want our wrist down. We don't want that coming over the top of the guitar. So if you want to make a puppet, stick that straight on there. We want our thumb straight at the back and our fingers fairly straight there as well. And we want a gap between the palm and the neck of the guitar. If we put our fingers on the neck, you'll find you lose all your stretch and your fingers go on quite an angle there, and your thumb will be coming over the top. So wrist down, fingers straight, thumb straight, and a gap. Now for this exercise, we'll be placing our first finger on the 12th fret on the E string, and that's not going to move the whole time. With this also, just touch the B string with your first finger and that'll mute it there. So let's have a look at our right hand now. So hold your pick the way you'd normally hold it. We're going to be tapping with our second finger. We don't want to put our pick down, because if we're doing picking after the pattern, we want it ready to go. You can also place your hand on the neck of the guitar. It'll stabilize your tap for you. Now when I do that, I'm just putting my palm under my thumb and resting that on the top E and A string. It's much harder to do when your hand is out in the air and you're trying to tap. You'll find you miss notes. You don't really have an anchor there. So you can rest your hand on the neck of the guitar, on the strings, and we want to come up because we're going to be tapping on the 17th fret. So we don't want our hand back here. Just have it where you can reach the 17th fret with your second finger. So now let's do the pattern. So with this pattern, there's going to be 3 steps, and we're going to create 3 notes. So we're going to take our first finger, place it on the 12th fret on the bottom E string. We're going to take our second finger, and our first step is our tap. So we're going to hit down hard on the 17th fret on our bottom E string. And that is our first step, just the tap. Then we're going to do a pull off from there. We're not doing anything with our first finger on our left hand. So you can pull down or you can pull up there. So tap on, pull off, tap on, pull off. And that's our second step, is the pull off. So we have 2 steps now. Tap on, hit down fairly hard. If you just push your finger on it, you won't get that sound. If you're on an acoustic guitar, you'll have to push down a little bit harder. So hit down your second finger, 17th fret, and then we do a pull off. So I'm just lifting my finger up and pulling the string there. I don't just want to lift my finger off. I won't get any sound. Then I have to do a pull off. So tap on, pull off there. And again, tap on, pull off. So they're the 2 steps. Our third step is going to be a hammer on, and it's best to use your third finger here, and we're going to hammer that down onto the 15th fret on the bottom E string. So we hit that down there, and that creates the third sound. So we have 3 steps: tap on, pull off, and then hammer on with our third finger on the 15th fret. Tap on, pull off, hammer on. We want to make sure we're getting those 3 notes there with our 3 steps. Tap on, pull off, hammer on. Now as I said, it doesn't matter if you do your pull off down, they're both correct there. There's no right or wrong way, whatever feels comfortable for you. So tap on, pull off, hammer on. Now when we go to do it a second time, I don't take my third finger off until I do the tap, and when I hit down on the tap, I lift that off at the same time. If I lift it off before I do the tap, I'm creating a fourth note, and I don't want to do that for this pattern. So I tap on, pull off, hammer on to the 15th fret. Then when I do the tap again, I lift my third finger off at the same time. So I'm just swapping fingers there. Tap on, pull off, hammer on. So let's try that slowly. And second one. And again. So not too hard there. We're just doing our 3 steps. Tap on, pull off. So both of those steps are done with your right hand, and then the third step is done with your left hand, the hammer on. So tap on, pull off, hammer on. When you do your tap again, just lift your finger off at the same time there. Now to build speed on that, just play it. Don't try and jump in and go super fast straight away. And as you're going, just get faster and faster there, and you'll find that that's the best way to build speed with that one. Now as you're getting faster, the most common problem I see is we lose our second step. We stop doing the pull off and we end up with only 2 notes then. So we don't want to be doing that as we get faster. We still want to have that pull off on the tap. And you can hear the 3 notes each time there. And then you can just stop that with a tap at the end. And we're just placing our finger down there. So not too hard. It takes a little bit of practice just to get your fingers lined up when you do that tap and you take your finger off. Don't take it off before you do the tap, otherwise we'll end up with... And we can use that as a tapping pattern, but for this one we just want to create the 3 notes. Now when you got that down, try that on different strings using different frets. So I could come up to the G string, put my first finger on the 9th fret, I could hammer onto the 12th fret, and I could tap on the 14th fret, all on the G string. So tap on, pull off, hammer on, and then we repeat that again. That way I'm getting used to doing it on different frets using different strings. I could come to the B string and we could do the same thing again. I could use the 8th fret there, tapping on the 12th fret and hammering on to the 10th fret there. So try that on different strings, on different frets. It feels different as you're coming down lower because the frets are bigger. Or if you're coming up higher, it's a little bit harder because the frets are close together. Now when you're doing your tap for that one, try not to hit the B string when you're coming down. We just want to hit that 1 string. And if you do accidentally hit it, make sure you're resting your first finger on that B string or just touching it so it doesn't ring out at all. And that's the same with your hammer on. When I hammer on, make sure I'm just hitting the E string, I'm not hitting the B and the E string at the same time. So it's all just on 1 string there. So as we said, start slowly and build your speed up as you play. Now let's have a look at how to read the tab. So the tab is pretty easy to read. With that exercise we did, you can see we have 17, and we know that's the tap because we put a little T above it. So that's what we're doing with our right hand, that tap on the 17th fret there. So we've got the tap, and then we do a pull off, so we put a P there, pull it off to the 12th fret, and then we have a H for our hammer on to the 15th fret. So when you first start looking at that, it can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes in books they'll circle the tap note, but they'll normally tell you that at the start of the book. So tap on, we'll have a little T above the note we're tapping. We have a P for pull off, that tells us what note to pull off to, so that's the 12th fret, and then a H for hammer on to the 15th. So the tab's pretty easy to read there. So as always, just go slowly and build your speed up. If you're having any problems, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Give us a like and subscribe for heaps of free songs and lessons. Now, if you would like step-by-step guitar lessons for beginners to advanced players and learn all the secrets to playing all your favourite songs and how to do all the techniques you'll ever need as a guitarist, also heaps of free lessons, click the link below and jump onto Essential Guitar Lessons. So I hope you enjoyed this and look out for part 2.